Hey, right, welcome back to Henry's Garage. In this episode we continue working on the electrics and the lights. We do get the side lights, the hazards, the flashers, all working on the front. We already had it working at the back. So some progress, but I can't get the pop-ups to work. I took the Pektron apart, had a look at it, and thought, this is too complicated, let's put it away and think about it another day. So right now we'll all be driving along with headlights up, but the other thing that's not working actually is I'm only getting either beam or dip. I'm not sure which one it is I'm getting, but I'm getting that on both lights and I don't quite understand why, and so I still need to look at that as well. But I keep blowing fuses, and some of that's because I'm blowing the horn fuse because it's a 50 amp fuse and I don't have a 50 amp, and they're going, and that means the hazards aren't working as well for the same reason. So I'm going to get a complete set of fuses and just replace all of them, because some of them look wrong and they're in pretty dire situation, and then we'll go from there. Anyway, enjoy the episode and welcome back to Henry's Garage. Right, so I'm going to start working on the front lights in terms of the side lights as well. So this one, so I've fixed this one first. And what I had here is just a cut red wire. So I've soldered that back together. I'm about to just put some, I did put a bit of extra red wire in between so I've got space, and I'm just going to heat shrink those down over it. I've got something a little bit long here because that's with my side lights on all the way around. Yeah, very nice. I haven't done the other side yet, just this side. And then when I go to do indicators, they no longer work. You notice this light goes off, that stays on. Side lights at the back stay on. Okay, but that one's gone off and the indicators don't work. If I then switch the main lights off, this one comes on. But the others aren't. Oh, right, no, so this is indicators on. So this has come on. So the indicators have come on at this point. But this one has stayed on. So somehow I've managed to switch the indicator to here. And that one stopped working. And that one seems to be the one that directs the flash. So if I switch it off altogether. And there we are. And if I try the other side. So that one comes on at the back. Oh, and the one at the front, it's just not flashing. Okay, so what I did is, having installed that red wire, I then went and ran that red wire through to here to power that, because I thought that was the side light. I mean, this wire was just cut before. Right. And there we have them both working together. So the problem is proven to be this here, which, unless you have it just right, mucks it up. And I've cleaned it out a bit, but that's where the issue is. So I need to do a bit more work on that. It's been pointed out to me, of course, the British cars didn't actually have the side lights. And like the black car that I have, the white car I have up north at my parents', they have little black bits in there instead. But this one already had the lights there. I must have had them at the back because of the wiring that was here. So I've just got them there. And we got that flasher working now. So this was caused by poor connection here. We had one of these in place and it wasn't connecting up, so I was only getting about 4 volts back here. So fix that. So we're now going to have a look at getting this light working. Oh, in fact, and this light. Alright, I haven't got this right yet. So that's the indicators going. Then when I turn on the lights, you can see that one comes on, but this one stops flashing. And then if I turn the indicator off, what happens? It goes off. So somehow turning on those lights is causing the indicator to stop working. And if we just try the other side. Right, so it's temperamental. I wonder if it's temperamental on this side as well, in fact. I can hear something clicking in here. So I think it must be the flasher units trying. I'm not sure which one it is, but that must be trying. It's not quite working. Okay. I've got a feeling my hazards have stopped working again as well. Yeah, they've gone off. I had those working yesterday. Oh. Okay. Well, we'll work on what I said, which was these side lights first. We had a bad bulb here. That's now sorted. So those work. Let's just see what happens with the indicators now. So we'll come and but not indicate. And same on the other side. There it goes. I'm not sure why this is. It must be just not getting enough power, I think, to the relay, to the flasher unit or something. Yeah. Okay, so I have both of those working. They're a bit faint. So I'm not getting a full 12 volts over here, and you can really see that when you try to do the signals. Look at how bright it is on that side, and then this side, how long it takes to come on. And you can see how it dims the, I mean, it's still not indicating, that's got worse, but come on up, you. See how that's struggling? 'Cause this is just about come on, and that one is trying to. You can just see a glow there, but it's not quite there. So it must be the earths aren't good enough. Still. Now the other thing is, I've noticed, so when I have my lights on, so the fuse is gone, which is why I think those are not working at the moment. But this motor here, for this, is cool, cold even. And this one over here is warm to the touch. I mean, it's quite, you know, you can feel it. So I'm sure that shouldn't be the case. So something's going on here that's not quite right. So I'm going to go have a think about my lights again and the wiring, and see if I can make some improvements. I mean, I bought these here as a set of 6 or 7 colours, but I don't think they're strong enough. I think they must just be 6 volt. I mean, they were sold for cars, but I think they must only be capable of 6 volt because they keep blowing, and so I'm having to use the old wires that were already in the car, which look thicker to me and look like 12 volts. Anyway, yeah, we'll stop for now, or move on to something else whilst I think about what to do. That there is an indicator switch for a Mini, 1984, because I can't get Triumph ones. And everything has been working fine. And then yesterday, I've had it just dangling. And yesterday I decided to just squeeze it onto the steering column to make sure it's going to work for me. And suddenly my indicator stopped working. So I stopped in a peeve of frustration. I'm going to see if we can try to sort that out now. Now why isn't it flashing now? Come on, you were flashing just a minute ago. Right, well, I think the flasher unit's going, because what I was going to show you is that I've got it working on the left but not the right. It's now not flashing on either, and this flasher unit appears to have given out. And the hazards aren't working at all either. The flasher unit for that is down there. But what I did discover is when I've got that on, if I then turn on the hazards, it goes off. So the hazards are causing a problem somehow with the indicators, which I need to look at. So temperamental. So I've taken out the hazard flasher. I wonder if that was stopping it. I'll try. And we have the hazards working. So the reason the hazards were failing on me is the fuse. I cleaned up that, but it was the fuse has been going. So I need to get this fuse sorted. It's this one here, which, according to this, battery, aux and horns, I think, number 5, which is a 50 amp. So I think that's the issue. Okay, so this here is my Pektron unit, which is for the pop-up lights. I'll pop that off, and I'm going to say I don't understand any of this. But this pops off here, and we can see there a whole bunch of capacitors and resistors, I guess, of various forms. We can also see how they connect up based on this. Now we have cables that come into 1, 3, 5 and 6, or 1, 2, 4 and 6, whichever way you want to number them. Okay, and in fact I've come across a document on a website which someone's written, whether they haven't tested it though, so they don't know if it's right, and they number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we will call them 1, 2, 4 and 6. Those are the ones where we've got power coming in, or we've got cables rather. And this is our unit here. So if we're going from right to left, we have a blue and purple coming into number 1. We've got a blue coming into number 2. We've got a blue and green coming into number 4. And a white and pink into number 6. No, and a blue and white. Oh gosh, which one have we got? Comes out here, down to there, across, down. Okay. And 70, and okay, and so a blue and white. Yeah, okay, so that sounds right. Now, I've checked on the car, and we'll go run for it, but we see power at different times. Okay, so here we are, and we can see number 6 is the blue and white. Let's see if we can get those colours a bit more clear. Well, we know number 6 is the blue and white. Let's do it with that for the time being. And I have my meter here for you. Okay, now, so with the lights are currently on, and when I come in here, I get nothing. I get about 6 when I get a good, or 7 when I get a good connection. Here I don't get anything, and here I get about 6, the same as I do on number 2. My lights have been on for a while, and I think it's just draining it. Okay, when I have it in the opposition, then I've basically got nothing to anything. 2, 4, and 6. Okay, but when I move from off to on, or vice versa, I think it happens on 1. 2 obviously goes to power on and power off. 4, you can see it goes up to full 12 volts. Oh, didn't that time? There we go. So in the switchover, it goes up and down. Okay, the thing is that switchover has to be really slow to see those 12 volts. And then for this one that's in the on, there we go, it just, if I go slowly, it doesn't show anything. So number 1 never has power to it. Number 2 has power when we're in the on position. Number 6 has power in the on position. And number 4 gets power as we transition from off to on or on to off. Well, that's all very interesting. But I said number 1 never gets any power, which doesn't look right to me. So number 1 is here. And that comes from this relay. So it seems to me that this relay typically doesn't go to it because it comes to this terminal here. But when number 20 is powered up, so when we get UG, so when that goes, that would cause this to flip, causing that to... Okay, so is Pektron just there to flash and not there to make the motors go up and down? generally. Is it there just to make it pop up once and then come back down? That would almost, looks like it might. I don't think that told me anything. I'm not sure if the Pektron unit actually just does the flash, or if it generates the up and then holds it there and lets it go down again. Now, on the basis that, yeah, no, I just don't know. So that's a bit of a dead end. And when I look at this, so these are my motors here, 10 and 11. Okay, and 10 and 11 are driven from the relays 8 and 9 here, and they get permanent power through here. Okay, so we've got this pink and brown, there you go, MK, pink and brown wire that comes in here and goes along to there. Now, I can't find number 7, which is the headlamp motor circuit breaker. I just can't find that anywhere. But what I have done is I have been able to test that I've got power there, and that seems to be all the time. So what must happen is we get power coming in to the headlamp relays through here, so blue and black. It powers this, causing that switch to swap, so that flips over. That allows this power to then come through to the motor and to earth, and so that would drive the motor, I think. Okay, and then obviously the same happens on that side. So if we track this back, where does this power come from? Well, this comes from here. Okay, and that's the headlamp motor. Okay, and that gets it from number 20, and that gets it from the Pektron. So it must come. It's involved the whole time. So it must, in fact, control. This actually will be controlling when these motors go. So, what I don't know if that means that this unit is faulty or not. Okay, I'm going to stop here. I have got the side lights, the side indicators. The headlights work on either beam or dip, but not the other one. I can't understand why. The hazards keep coming and going, and that's because I keep blowing the fuse, and same with the horns because they're on the same fuse. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to order a whole bunch of new fuses for it. So I've got the right fuse values in there and I know they're right, and come back and check all of those bits again and see if that actually sorts out some of the other bits, and then work from there. So that's it for this week, or for this episode. Thanks for watching. It really does help when people watch and comment and provide help. It's a great spur, so please like and subscribe, etc. And enjoy the episode, or I hope you did, and come back for the next one.